You know what I love? I love gas station attendants. I don't know what it is about people who work at gas stations, but 90% of the time they're pretty freaking cool people. I mean, I've been going to the gas station down the street from my house for years. Before that, I went to the gas station half a block away from my house when I lived in the city. I knew all them guys. They knew me when I walked in. I mean, it'd take a few weeks because, turnover was so incredible, but once you got a guy who stuck around for a while, by the time you got in there, he'd have you ringed out by the time you got to the counter. He took care of you. He knew what it was all about. When I lived in South Carolina, I had a gas station attendant that I made such a repertoire with that he was a cool cat. I would get off work if I wasn't going to be there for friggin' ever or go drinking afterwards, and he was still on shift. I'd always bring him a pizza because he's a pizza guy, or he's a gas station attendant who's stuck there. He don't have nothing, The guy actually was he was a weird cat because he worked in New York for a while, for a week, and he'd come home for the weekends, and he was like, man, I live like a king because everything's so cheap down here as compared to New York, and they pay you so much better in New York that I had a crappy job, and yet when I come home, I'm rich. Cool guy. Wish I knew who that guy was. Anyway, I used to bring him a pizza because he'd be stuck there. I'd always bring him a pizza. And every time I bring him a pizza, he'd be like, go back to the cooler, grab what you want, I'll pay for it and take care of it. I'm like, no, man, don't do that. And he's like, no, I get it at my cost. It's not that bad. Go grab a couple 40s or a 6-pack. And I would. And I'd bring him a pizza every night. And we had this symbiotic relationship. He was a great guy, man. I knew all about his family. He knew all about me and my situation. It was incredible. And you find that at a lot of gas stations. The gas station down the street. Once again, I've been going down there for years, and there's people who are there for 6 months, years, they're there. I went to a Goodwill a couple days ago, and the girl's like, oh my God, you work there? Don't you remember me? Hell no! But then I looked at her, I knew her face, but I couldn't figure out where I knew her face from. She's like, about 2 years ago, I worked at the gas station in Imperial that you came in almost every day. And I was like, holy crap. She's like, yeah, I got married to Dave, who was a night guy, knew this guy. Went in there and I would stand there and BS with him for hours because, not at a time, but hours, long time, but I'd check out and it'd be like 15 minutes later before I walked out because he was a cool cat. He always had something to talk about. And he got in some accident. They fired him, some whack-ass BS, but anyway, a few examples. There's guys at the gas station and a lady at the gas station down from my work that I've seen them almost every day, at least once a week, if not, that's my bare minimum. It's usually 2 or 3 times, and I see them all the time, and they know me. And, it's nice to walk in and have somebody say hi. They gave me a case of soda last week, because I said, something, you guys are doing a great job, and they looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, I know no one else will tell you, so I'm going to tell you. I said, you've been a great customer. Grab a case of soda. Get out of here. 20-ounce throwback Pepsi case. Nice. And there comes in the rum. It's got Pepsi throwback. But yeah, cool people. I mean, it's rare you meet someone who works at a gas station. Well, not necessarily, because I go into a lot of gas stations that I don't go into regularly, and they don't give a shit about me. But when you have the same gas station you went into over and over again, even if they don't like you when you first come in, after time, they've got to build that with you. And then usually they're cool enough people to where they have no problem being like, what's up, Kevin? How you doing? One girl always says, hi, Kevin, like I'm Newman or something. But I laugh every time and say hi. It doesn't matter. So yes, that's it. That's all I have to say. I always bitch about stuff, but I love people who work at gas stations for the most part. Some of the most interesting people I've met in short periods have been in gas stations. I remember walking into a gas station in mid-Missouri and going to Lawrence and walking in and hearing Paul on the radio, and I was like, that's Paul. She's like, oh yeah, that's my CD. These guys rock. I was like, man, we're going to their hometown because they're from there. And just weird stuff. Weird stuff. Or the guy just laughed at me hysterically because we were lost in Illinois someplace. I just lost it. Hey man, we're trying to get here. We're from here. How do we get to either place? And he just lost it. I love that guy. The gas station attendants are the ones who are able to communicate with the average person at the same time. Every once in a while you get those after you know them for a while. They just dump some crap on you because it's like they want that quick, unbiased opinion. They don't want you to hear the whole story. They want to know. Here's what I'm going to tell you. What do you think about this? And you respond and they're happy because they got a quick, unbiased opinion. It's like they're taking polls. Maybe not. Anyway, yeah, I'm done. The background music was Palomar. See, I was hoping someone would pick it out. And actually, I didn't want to go this far. I wanted to end when Deer Park Road ended because it's been stuck in my head all day. But unfortunately, I was unable. If you like it, let me know. I'll find a source of Palomar from you. It'll probably be me because I think there's a handful of CDs out there, but hell, I don't know.